if you're a beginner in photography, it's way more beneficial to buy a worse camera rather than a better one. A lot of people think this, but let's put it to the test. Now I have quite a few cheap cameras, but I also have my main camera, which is the Sony ZV-E10. And then for my videos, I use a kit lens, but I actually have a Sony 55-210mm lens. I mostly use this for photography. And then this old camera I used to use, which is the Nikon D3200. Now personally, I don't really like Nikon, but I think it's really good for budget cameras for beginners. Now the reason people think you should be getting cheap cameras as a beginner is, first off, it's budget. But when you have a worse camera as a beginner, it pushes you harder with color grading, lighting, and much more. So that when you get your better camera, you know how to color grade and do lighting, but with better quality. But I'm gonna be taking two of the same photos on both cameras to see which one is actually harder to take. And I think we all know which one it is, but it's still worth it to put it up to the test. Now I'm gonna take both these cameras outside for better lighting purposes. Even though I have lighting inside, I feel like both these cameras will do similar with outdoor lighting. I also matched the lenses. This one's a 55-210 and this one's a 55-200. However, the Nikon starts at around 200 and this one starts at around 1000. Even though this camera isn't actually meant for photography, it's meant for videography and vlogging. But it really just depends on which lens you get for it. And then this one was meant for photography maybe like 15 years ago. Now during this shoot, I was using auto, and I also noticed that the Nikon had a flashlight, which comes in really handy, so you don't have to buy an external flashlight. I will also notice the Nikon has less blur, which is actually way better for beginners, while still maintaining the struggles that beginners will have to face when buying a cheaper camera. After taking the two pictures of my dog, these are how the photos turned out. I'll color grade them in the next video.